Scaling your law firm doesn't have to be difficult. It's all about mastering a few key strategies, systems, and mindsets. Welcome to the Scalable Law Podcast, where we talk about how you can increase profit in your pocket and time in your calendar. My name is Carolee Fontanelli, and I have successfully scaled my firm so that it doesn't solely rely on me. Now I love teaching other law firm owners how to do the same. Let's transform your business starting now. Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Scalable Law Podcast. I'm so glad that you are tuning in today. No matter where you're tuning in from, I hope that you're having a fabulous work week and that everything is going really well in your law firm. Now, today I had lunch with one of my long-term law friends here, and it was so exciting because she was telling me the great news that she is going to be going out on her own. And it really got me thinking about all the things that you need to get together before you go out on your own, and really how quickly it can be to, from woe to go in what you need to organize. So I sat there with her brainstorming names for her new law firm and, talking about all the things that she needs to get underway. And one of the most important things, of course, that she needs to get underway is a practice management system. So today I thought I would go into a lot more detail about what is happening in the practice management software landscape out there right at the moment, and in particular for those of you who are tuning in from Australia. Now, before I get started, I really want to talk to you about something else that my friend is going to need really soon and that you might need as well, and that is joining the Scalable Business Lounge. I don't talk about it a lot on the podcast, but I wanted to just give you a little bit of an overview of what happens inside the Scalable Business Lounge, and if you do join, what the benefits are of joining. So the Scalable Business Lounge is a lounge that's specifically for lawyers, and specifically for lawyers that are from startup or even before startup. I've had many lawyers start just before they've started their practices, up to around 4 team members. So that's where you're at if you're inside the Scalable Business Lounge. And the reason is that people that are at that revenue level in their firms have got certain needs, and I'm able to cater to all of those needs. So the first thing that we really work on is working out who your ideal target audience is, so that you are able to really easily get a flow of your ideal clients into your firm. Now, one of the things that I learned the hard way was that when I was first in my firm, I felt really desperate to get as much work in as possible. And that's totally normal, and everyone does that, except that I was taking on clients that were not my ideal client, and those clients end up not paying their bills, or it takes you a whole lot of work and time to get the work done because it's not in your wheelhouse, or whatever it might be. So ideally, we want to work with the exact people that we love working for, that's where our skill set is, and we're really able to impact them in a positive way. So targeting your ideal client is really important. But how do you do that? Well, that's what I teach you in the Scalable Business Lounge. Then I teach you how to implement a 3-pronged marketing approach, where you are not putting all your eggs in one basket, but you are spreading yourself in a really easy way across 3 different funnels to enable a really successful and quick flow of new ideal clients. So once you get all of that up and running, you need to then test your marketing using data collection, and I teach you how to do that. When you do that and implement it really well, your firm can become really predictable. So hiring your next hire, knowing when the right time for that is, and not being scared to make those big, bold moves in your law firm because you've got the right cash flow, you've got predictability, and you're able to up level and employ your first 2, 3, 4 team members. That's what I help you to do. And then we do a little bit of systemizing. So I share with you how to systemize. So that's the program itself. But not only do you get that, you also have masterclasses every single month. There are new topics. For example, how to get more Google reviews in your business, or how to do a marketing plan for the whole year ahead. There's different topics every single month, and they're all relevant to how to run your business. And just like my friend today said to me, she said, oh, well, I'm really good at doing my practice area and how to be a lawyer and how to get results for people, but I don't know how to run a business. And, she's in her 40s and she's thinking, gee whiz, I don't even know what I'm doing in terms of running this business. So in the Scalable Business Lounge, you've got me to teach you and show you and direct you on how to run your business and how to not waste your time and money like I did, having, no one to help me. I just fumbled through, and I'm watching people now who started with me in the Scalable Business Lounge like 2 years ago, and they are now in over $1 million businesses, which is amazing in just 2 years. It took me so much longer than that. It probably took me 6 years to get to that point. And these people are able to scale and get everything running so much more smoothly because they are learning and implementing what I've done in my business, and they're keeping away from what doesn't work, and they are funneling all their energy to what does work. And the other thing that we do in the Scalable Business Lounge is we have hot seats. So once a month, you have the opportunity to hop on a call with me and we talk through any issues that you might be having so that you're not alone in this really lonely journey of growing a law firm. You don't have to fumble through everything. It's really easy, laid out for you. And the benefit is that you will double, triple, quadruple what you're doing now. There are firms in there that have started at zero and they're now turning over $1.2 million in less than 2 years, which is absolutely incredible. There are firms in there that are starting at nothing and now they're turning over 20, 30, 40, 80,000 a month, which is just amazing. And they are not only doing that really, really well, but they're also able to lean into having more free time in their lives, which is why they started their firm in the first place, to have that flexibility and freedom. So that's what we do in the Scalable Business Lounge. If that sounds like something you would love to do, you are more than welcome to join us. The best way to do that is to go over to my website. There's a webinar there that is free. You can watch that. And at the end of the webinar, you have an opportunity to join for a very discounted price right now. So hop on there and have a look. And also there's a whole bunch of bonuses there that are going to help you in your firm as well. So I've rabbited on well and truly long enough about the Scalable Business Lounge, but I did want to share that with you because the more people I can help, the better the landscape in law is going to be. It's not just about flogging yourself silly and working ridiculous hours and being completely stressed like I see in all these Facebook groups. You can have a lifestyle where you are enjoying a lot more profit and a lot more freedom. And that's what I want for every single one of you listening. So let's get stuck in. So the friend of mine who's starting her new firm, she needs a practice management system. We all need one of these. So there are many on the market and it can be really, really confusing. Very recently inside the Scalable Business Lounge, I had the pleasure of having a guru on our program sharing a masterclass with us. Now, he's amazing because his name's David. He's from New Law and his business specializes in migrating firms' software from one software to another. So they might migrate from Leap to Smokeball, or Leap to Clio, or Smokeball to Clio, or Clio to somewhere else. Actually, let's face it, no one's actually migrating from Clio because everyone loves it. But anyway, I'll come back to that. Where the value is with him is that he does not sell any of these software solutions. He does the migrations for law firms. And so he knows an awful lot about every single one of these software companies and software products, what they do, what they don't do, which ones are good for what types of firms, size, practice area, whatever it might be. And the value of having him in our program for the masterclass was awesome because it allows you to not be sold to, and it allows you to just take in information about the different practice management systems that are out there. And there are many on the market, and it can be really confusing, all the pros and cons. And typically what we do as law firm owners is we hop on a phone call with a salesperson. And of course, the salesperson is, the most amazing person who wants to be your best friend and tell you that their product is the best fit for your firm. And then it's time consuming, it's confusing, and it's just a lot of work. So you're not probably going to go through 5 different sales meetings to find out and then try and decipher which platform is best for you and which one isn't. So for me personally, as a law firm owner, we have been with the same software platform since 2009, would you believe? And a lot of the time, we've been with the same platform very unhappily. We haven't always been happy with it. It's evolved over time. Different salespeople come and go. Typically, they are awesome to us around renewal time, and then they don't come and see us anytime after. If we need any help with anything, good luck with that. And I've tried to renew with someone else several times, but I've found the task so onerous and so overwhelming. And I've thought, oh, gee whiz, I may as well just stay with who I'm with because it's just going to be much easier. But unfortunately, it's not easier in terms of the cost is ridiculous. We're in a locked-in contract, which I've since learned, especially talking to David from New Law, that you don't have to be in a locked-in contract. Even if the company requires you to be in a locked-in contract, you can just say no. Like, I'll take the product on, but I'm not going to be in a locked-in contract. You can refuse that. There are some products as well out there, not naming names, but they start with L, that hold on to your documents really tightly and make it really, really hard to migrate. So that's where someone like David comes in. He helps us to migrate all of our documents out. And he also had some other hot tips, which I thought were really good solutions as well. For example, if you do want to migrate over to a new software platform, but you don't want to go to the expense of migrating because it can be, lots of thousands of dollars, then you can do some calculations and work out whether it's worth you just holding one license of the old platform for 7 years so that you can, archive all your files for the 7-year period. And that could actually work out to be not too bad. For example, we're still archiving actual hard copy files, and unfortunately, I was very late to the paperless situation. And, it costs about $500 a month for our archiving. So if you have to pay $200 a month for a, license that you're not going to use, you're only using it to archive, that's actually, a potential solution that could work for you really well. So there was just a few ideas that he had around that type of thing. And also, of course, gave us lots of really great information about the different products that are out there. Now, why this is sort of all really relevant right now is that Clio has just entered the market in Australia. And you know how excited I was to be at the Clio conference. So I didn't know anything about Clio when I went up to Nashville to their conference, and I was exhibiting there. So I was a sponsor. And what I learned about Clio is that they are a fantastic company to work for, and they're a fantastic company to be a client of. Now, they have got 150,000 law firm clients. Can you believe that? Is insane. They're only a 10-year-old company, and they're actually a Canadian company. And they've been mostly in America and Canada, and then they've extended out to the UK and things like that. And now they're down here also in Australia which means that Clio is available for us if we want to use it. Now, one of the things I love about Clio, there's a couple of things actually that are different from some of the others, is that one, there is no lock-in contract, and the user fee is actually quite affordable. The other thing I really, really love about Clio is that there is what's called Clio Manage, which is your standard legal software management system. And then there's also another product which you can attach on or have added on, which is called Clio Grow. Now, Clio Grow is all the front end marketing. So this is your intake forms and your calendar and your email marketing system, and everything integrates into Clio. So it's super, super streamlined and easy, because as it is now with marketing, for example, I can't even use Zapier to zap my software over to my email marketing system. We have to extract the emails out. Then we have to put them into a marketing campaign, and then we can send email newsletters, for example, and then none of it integrates. So, if anyone comes in from the email marketing, there's no streamlined system for them to follow through that all lands into our software. So the Clio Grow product is really, really excellent because it allows you to do all that front-end marketing inside your software. Now, I know quite a few solo practitioners who are in the Scalable Business Lounge up in the US and Canada, and they are on Clio and they absolutely love it. And they particularly love the Clio Grow because it does all of that marketing / intake for them in a really automated way. And if you are a solo practitioner in your law firm, you're doing a lot, you're wearing a lot of hats. So if we can take some of that off your plate and you're not having to, do all of that by hand or set it all up by hand, it just makes it so much easier if it's automated. If you've got clients coming through the door and entering that legal journey with you in that way, it just makes it a whole lot more simplified. So I'm a big fan of this new product that's down here in Australia. I know it's old news if you're listening and you're in the US or in Canada or the UK, but we're very excited. It's literally only launched in Australia in the last few weeks. It's been under wraps for a while. But now they do have all the trust accounting all sorted out with all the law societies. As far as I know, the last conversation I had, they were just ironing out some tweaks with the New South Wales Law Society. So what that means is that the trust accounting component is all compliant and it is ready to go. Now, if you're listening in from New Zealand or anywhere else where it's not compliant potentially, doesn't mean you can't use Clio Grow. It just means you've got to do some workarounds in terms of the trust accounting to make sure that you're compliant on that end of things. But if you really are thinking about what practice management system do I want, what's going to be right for my firm, if you join the Scalable Business Lounge, there is that masterclass in there. And it's excellent. It gives you a really, really good overview of all the different systems, what works for what sort of firms. Or if you're interested in learning more about Clio, you can just contact me and I will put you in touch with the right person. You can email me at carolee@scalablelaw.com, or you can find me on at LinkedIn or Facebook, or maybe not Facebook, let's say Instagram. Facebook's dead, isn't it? Dead these days. In terms of your business page. So, that's really what I wanted to talk to you about today, because I'm really excited about Clio coming. I'm really excited about getting Clio myself in my firm. I just have to wait until a contract is finished, which is a bit frustrating, but it will happen in time, and I'm ready this time. I'm not re-signing and going to be unhappy for another 3 years. The other thing too, I just want to mention is that Clio is it starts from only $39 US per month per user, which is really incredible, up to $129 US per month per user, depending on what add-ons and things that you have in there. So, it's great value. It's super easy. And I think that it's well worth having a look at. And if you want to contact and to get a proper demo and everything like that, where you can see it, let me know and I will pop you on to the right person so that you get well looked after. So I'm going to definitely be sending my friend a link to Cleo, and I'm going to be recommending it to her because for solo practitioners, which is where we all start out, it's an excellent place to start where you're not locking yourself into contracts or overcommitting to, a crazy price. And also for that price, you're also getting the Cleo Grow, which helps you to automate all of your intake and getting, the clients in the top end of your funnel, which is really, really important because when you're starting out, you want to be focusing on billing because that's what's going to get you to the next level, right? So we need to automate as much as possible until you can start onboarding some help and some employees. Anyway, that's all I have for you today. If you would like to know anything about Cleo, email me. If you'd like to know anything about the Scalable Business Lounge, email me. And if you'd like to know anything about any other ways that you can grow your firm, I'm happy to have a chat. I love talking to lawyers about their law firms, and I love talking to them about their goals and where they're heading, and helping people get there. So I will look forward to tuning in with you again next week. Bye for now. Thank you for listening to the Scalable Law Podcast, brought to you by the Scalable Business Lounge. If you would love to know how you can get more clients without relying on referrals, head over to scalablelaw.com to watch my free masterclass. Until next time, you have got this.